well, words are something else, and I want us to all just to kind of have a little laugh because thank God that he is in charge of what's taking place today. It says in the book of Proverbs by the hand of Solomon that he wrote that the king's heart is in the Lord's hands, and he can guide it like the rivers and put it in any direction. And he seems to be having some fun with this president. So just to kind of keep up the good fight, and thank God that we are on the winning side, and these are some losers. I mean, one of the terms for Satan is that he's a liar and a thief and a murderer. Well, this whole system, the body of Antichrist in this country, working along with other members of the body of Antichrist in Europe and all across the Middle East, of course, well, they've stolen our faith in our medical professionals. They've stolen our faith in three-letter government agencies, that's for sure. And they now have stolen the faith in our judicial system with this ridiculous, upside-down, kooky case against President Trump. So it'll all turn around because the Lord is leading them to a place where that they are going to be destroyed, because this corruption of justice is literally sickening. And if it makes people on earth sick, what do you think that it does into the nostrils of God? For he's going to blast these people out. And you got to cleanse the earth and get rid of the wicked, because he shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather the tares first and remove them. So we got great things to look forward to in the kingdom of God. So have a little laugh at this, and we'll see you next week. God bless, and fight the good fight. Bye.
For all the stuff about gaps, I don't think there are many real gaps. Oh, I never make any big gaps. In San Francisco is all about, well, you know, gay bathhouses, and it's all about round-the-clock sex. It's all, come on, man.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Biden's being
Do you speak any English?
We added more jobs, over 500,000 jobs this last month, and the
Today, Junior?
more than half the women in my cabinet, more than half the people in my cabinet, more than half of the women in my administration are women.
Question is, what's the other half?
If you try anything to raise the cost of producing jobs, I will veto it.
What? What's all that yelling?
If you try anything to raise the cost of producing jobs, I will veto it.
You just can't wait for me to die, can you?
We've united Asia.
I don't think so. I don't think that happened.
Name me a world leader who changed places with Xi Jinping. Name me one. Name me one.
Let's everybody just calm down, shall we?
Whoa, that was close.
Americans are tired of being. We're tired of being played for suckers.
How ironic.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put
Sorry, I don't speak Italian.
the three congressmen you have here. Two of them look like they really could and did play ball, and the other one looks like he could bomb you.
That sounds even more racist than it is.
It is noteworthy that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line. Repeat the line. Repeat the line.
Did you give him cue cards?
You had to put on your windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer.
Wait, what did you just say?
That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer.
He has the cancer.
And I want to thank all of you here for including bipartisan elected officials like Representative Governor, Senator Braun, Senator Booker, Representative Jackie. Are you here? Where's Jackie?
Yeah, she died.
I didn't think she was going to be here.
Yeah, but she's dead.
The Me Too movement has forced a cultural reckoning around the issue of sexual violence and harassment against women in America. Are there specific actions that you would take early in your administration?
That is an excellent question.
We have to just change the culture, period, and keep punching at it and 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 punching at it. It will be a big no, I really mean it.
That's not appropriate.
over $1.2 trillion.
Sir, that's not a number.
And by the way, if they do, that means, not a joke, everybody, that's why we were defeated in 2018 when they tried to do it. We went to 54 states.
54?
To 54 states.
54.
We went to 54 states.
How embarrassing. How embarrassing.
Called me up and said they're going to go all electric by 3035.
A long time from now.
You gotta say hi to me. We go back a long way. She was 12, I was 30, but anyway.
Pedophile! I'm kidding.
I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid.
Well, you sure could have fooled me.
I know where the power is.
Power? What power?
I know where the power. You think I'm joking?
I'll go get Dawn.
No, no, no. By the way, this is my little sister, Valerie, and I'm Jill's husband.
He'll realize in a second.
Oh, no, this is no, you switched on me. This is my wife, this is my sister. They switched on me.
That's awkward.
Would we respond? Or would we look the other way? Would we be strong? Or would we be weak? Would we? If they have to pay out $159 billion let.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
If you were at a fancy restaurant in Washington 5-6 years ago at an important business meeting, and a gay or lesbian waiter came up, or transgender, spoke with a lisp or demonstrated they were gay or lesbian, and someone at that luncheon table made fun of that person, no one would have said anything.
Well, that's good news.
We went for two reasons. One, to
We lost him, sir.
You was here last night, too, wasn't you?
yes, I was.
And you was smooching with my brother.
I regret it. And I'm sorry for any of the pain or misconception they may have caused anybody.
Don't give me that. You've been smooching with everybody. Snuffy, Al, Leo, little Mo with the gimpy leg, Cheeks, Bony Bob, Cliff. I could go on forever, baby.
The 3 nano chips that are 3 nano, and you know what I'm saying.
I really don't.
Nano, no, I don't know.
What are you, retarded?
And I had a nurse named Pearl Nelson, military. She'd come in and do things that I don't think you learn in medical school, nursing school. She'd whisper in my ear. I couldn't understand her. She'd whisper, she'd lean down. She'd actually breathe on me to make sure that there was a connection, a human connection. They'd actually breathe in my nostrils to make me move. And I had these terrible headaches, was diagnosed with having anyway.
It might be a tumor.
They had to take the top of my head off a couple times, see if I had a brain.
And it was empty.
I want to make it clear, I'm going to raise some taxes.
Oh, well, thanks.
Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America.
But, what are you, Down syndrome?
And that's not hyperbole. I'm not joking about that, as you know.
All right, you might want to check your math on that one.
And stop your boast about never being seemed at what you can do anything.
That you do.
Being seemed at what you can do anything.
You could do so.
Being seemed at what you can do anything.
You want him to do you so much you could do anything.
Hey.
I'm prepared to say that I have a record of over 40 years and that I'm going to beat Joe Biden.
Is he retarded, you figure?
I told Governor Murphy once, every time I hear the President of the United States look around and say, where the hell is he?
Funny, I was thinking the same thing.
I tell you what, I'm so darn proud. And those poor people who have lost, anyway.
How'd you get this job?
Does Joe Biden have a brother? I'm lucky I have 2 younger brothers. I'm the oldest of 3, and I've got a sister who's the love of my life.
Yeah, well, that's disgusting.
Richard Blanco returned to a poem he wrote from the second inaugural of Barack and me.
I didn't know you could read.
A poem, one today, it says, and always one moon like a silent drum tapping at every rooftop and every window on every country. Let me start this over again.
Sorry, we might be stuck here for a while.
And always one moon like a silent drum tapping on every rooftop and every window of one county.
Other way, imbecile.
That's why I've made it a priority my entire career to work closely with you. From the time I got to the Senate 180 years ago.
How old are you?
Jill has puts messages on my mirror while I'm shaving, so I make sure I see them.
Oh, hear that, hey?
And one that was put in about a year ago was,
Give me cancer now, God!
but my focus is just stay focused.
Now I feel better.
I pledge allegiance to the United States of America. One nation, indivisible, under God, for real.
Oh, those are not the words.
I literally, as my sister would say, I wrote the Violence Against Women Act with my own paw.
I can't understand a word you're saying.
These white supremacists, Nazi sympathizers, carrying Nazi flags, Jews in the...
What? What?
That's all right. We like babies. You don't have to worry about it.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Matter of fact, I like babies better than people.
What a weirdo.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Oh, that is terribly racist.
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking.
If you're racist and you know it, clap your hands. What the bro?
Because we cannot get reelected. We cannot win this reelection.
Sounds good to me.
Excuse me, we can only reelect Donald Trump.
Now we're talking.
Are you saying that you would be taking part in our upcoming election in 2024?
Well, I'll either be rolling an egg or being the guy who's pushing them out.
What is that supposed to mean?
You have no idea where you're going, do you?
And by the way, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs.
TMI!
That turn blonde in the sun.
Man, come on. Nobody wants to hear that shit.
And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again.
Don't be creepy.
They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap.
Now it's really getting creepy.
And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Creepy.
Where I come from, you don't get far unless you ask. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate.
He is so stupid.
I may be Irish, but I'm not stupid.
Are you sure about that?
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. You all know, but most people don't know, unlike the African-American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community.
Can you say that again? Just the way you said it.
Unlike the African-American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community.
They're all the same.
They are not all the same.
I don't want to hear any more of these lies about reckless spending. We're changing people's lives.
You made them worse.
Oh, there's during World War too, where Roosevelt came up with a thing that was totally different than he called it the World War II. He had the world.
I don't know what any of that means, but it sounds retarded.
COVID has taken this year, just since the outbreak, has taken more than 100 years. Look, here's the lives. When you think about it.
Sometimes I'll start a sentence, and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing. You know how we talk about it. Are we the people? Folks, down by creation.
One trick is to tell them stories that don't go anywhere.
This was the diving board area, and I was one of the guards, and they weren't allowed to. There was a 3-meter board, and if you fell off sideways, you landed on the darn cement over there. And Corn Pop was a bad dude.
So I tied an onion to my belt, which was the style at the time.
And back in those days, to show how things have changed, one of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a bathing cap.
No, to take the ferry cost a nickel. And in those days, nickels had pictures of bumblebees on them.
There's a guy named Bill Wright, Mouse, the only white guy, and he did all the pools. He was the mechanic.
Give me 5 B's for a quarter, you'd say.
And I said, what am I going to do? He said, come down here in the basement where mechanics, where all the pool filter is.
Now, where were we? Oh, yeah. The important thing was that I had an onion on my belt, which was the style at the time.